Hey, what's up, y'all? I was just gonna make another video, throw another video up on here about the whole ICE situation that's going on, just because it's kind of like a hot topic. Oh, let me do my thing real quick. Just to keep y'all, whatever. I made it interesting, right? To keep y'all watching. So I don't know. Well, I didn't like go down a rabbit hole with it all, but I do have my theories just because of the way this country's been going downhill. I know that chick, something good, tried to ram a vehicle, an ICE vehicle, and she got shot, which is like, why the fuck are you trying to ram a federal agent's vehicle in the first place, regardless of if they were right or wrong, whatever they were doing. That's just blatant lawlessness. Second, and then a dumb bitch got killed. I mean, hey, dude, it is what it is. Whatever, stupid. Cost her life. And second, it's like, oh, this other dude, pretty. I just thought it was funny. It's like good and pretty, or pretty good. Anyway, so this dude, something pretty, I forgot his name. He was like a VA ICU caregiver dude, which is cool. I respect it. I respect that. You know, I'm a veteran. I respect the VA, even though they can be kind of, they get a bad rap, but ultimately they're pretty tight. But this dude, I guess he was packing. He had a gun on him. I don't know how many rounds he had, but I know that Kristi Noem went up and was giving a press conference and was saying like, oh, you know, this dude was coming to the rally to incite violence. Bro, look, I'll just say this. Politicians are politicians, bro. Politicians are actors. They might as well be theater class kids. Becoming a politician, I'm not sure, I doubt it's on the curriculum, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's political science, and then next semester you have to take theater, because all they do is act to get the votes, to get their constituents on board, just to get in office. Then they get the kickbacks, right? But regardless, Republican or Democrat, and you can go watch my video for my reasonings behind this on, you know, talking politicals, like my experience with local politics, and I kind of started to see through all the bullshit. How it's all just a game. But anyway, she's going on there. It was like on Fox or CBS, or they're all the same. Those are all the same too. Basically saying like, oh, ICE was doing their job, and that guy was going up in here to incite violence and this and that. And it's like, dude, regardless of how you feel about ICE or immigration, all that stuff, bro, like, you gotta wonder, you know, all those years, the Biden years, and they had the border open and shit. Come on, bro, like, think about it. And this is just a theory, bro, but nowadays, conspiracy theories, you gotta leave it you gotta have an open mind about this stuff, because after COVID, bro, it's a free-for-all. If you're a critically thinking person and you don't mind a little reality, or a little just critical thinking, if you can still critically think after COVID, you might put two and two together and figure out that both parties are the same. And, you know, South Park did an episode a long time ago, dude, where I think it was like when Obama and McCain were running against each other, Republican, Democrat, or Democrat, Republican. And basically the whole thing was like, they were running a campaign against each other, but at the end of it, they went like to fucking Hawaii, and they were just like sipping martinis on the beach or some shit. And it's like funny, but at the same time, it's like, if you look back, or as you start to grow older, you're like, were they telling the truth, but in like a comedic fashion? Because there's this quote, I forgot who whose quote it is, but it's basically, if you want to tell people the truth, tell them in a comedic fashion, or tell them with jest, or else they'll kill you, kind of thing. So it was just funny, but you know, they're shaking hands at the end, and oh, Obama, my buddy, and McCain, my buddy. But again, as you start to get older and you're like, politics becomes more part of your life as an adult, you kind of start to figure out that it's money that drives politics. Especially now, not so much the constituents. The young people now, dude, they can barely afford to they can't even get houses anymore. They're not concerned with politics, unless it's something rowdy like an ICE walkout or protest just to get out of class. But I'm trying to stick to my main point. My main point is and being that this is like the second killing or murder by ICE or execution, whatever you want to call it, it's highly likely that this shit's going to keep going on or become normalized. I think personally that it's to get both sides riled up. Republicans, Democrats, conservatives, liberals, American people, federal agents, what's his name, Tim Walz, the governor of Minnesota, mobilizing his guard unit to basically stand up to feds. So that's state versus state agents versus federal agents, which is a civil war brewing up. Trump wants to invoke the Insurrection Act, basically have military standing as police. And it also goes back again to, if you were ever like a conspiracy theorist back in the early 2000s, if you were, comment, say something like, oh shit, hell yeah. But there was this card game by, I forgot his first name, but Peter Jackson. It's a New World Order card game, and I used to watch videos on like people breaking down like what this card meant, what that card meant, and it was a lot of the stuff that, it's like a board card game, like any card game, but it had, the theme was New World Order. Like, you had protest card and undercover agent card and insurrection card and all this stuff, right? And you start to look back at it and it's like, damn, dude, this stuff's like what would have been seen as or viewed as or perceived as a conspiracy. A lot of this stuff is coming true. I think COVID really jaded people to where they're either so distracted or just so, again, jaded, clouded, their minds are clouded, that they don't see that their government's basically turning on them. So my theory is that the people up top, whoever it is, right? Conspiracy, dude. There's so much information out there now. You got to be an idiot to just wholeheartedly believe the government for every freaking word they say. If you do your research and you have a working brain, you'll kind of start to see that, yeah, it's all bullshit. And again, like, I've been involved in local politics. I've graduated with honors. Like, I have credentials, dude. Like, I worked for the county, the state. I was in the Marine Corps, and then I worked for the state. So I worked for the feds, and then I worked for the state. And it was like after 2023, things are getting weird. But basically, yeah, you're starting to see that it's politics. I wouldn't be surprised with Tim Walz, trying to mobilize his guard against the feds. Again, that whole buddy system is like, yeah, they'll talk shit to each other, dude. Like, Trump will roast Tim Walz. I don't know if y'all remember when Trump was running for a presidential election in 2016. I think that was the first time. But he was running against, like, you know, all these different conservatives, and they'd go on panels, or any panel really, dude. When people are vying for office, any office or any political office, regardless of party, shit, they'll be on the same parties, and they're roasting each other, dude. They're roasting each other. They're pulling up dirt on each other. They're talking shit. And you would think the average American would be watching and think, God damn, they really hate each other. Fuck that guy. I want my guy to get in. I want my chick to get in. I want this person to represent me. Fuck that other person. Bro, and then a couple years down the line, those same people that were talking shit, they're agreeing on bills. They're doing insider trading, or like they're on the person they were talking shit, they're on their own administration. Like they're like Marco Rubio. Trump would talk shit about him a lot when they were going up against each other, and now he's a state secretary. And it's just, JD Vance didn't like Trump prior to his appointment. They just switch up so much, dude. Politicians, bro. Politicians are like, they're useful gestures, dude. Because I respect serving public office regardless, even if you're a piece of shit. Sorry, but it's like, it's a job that has to be done. These people somebody has to hold office. Even if you're a piece of shit, it's like, well, who else is stepping up? But dude, politicians, like, it's just gotten so bad. It's like their goal to become a piece of shit. Pieces of shit. And I'm gonna stick to this, to the main point. This is my theory, but keep it in mind too if you want, when you're watching this stuff go down. If you don't want to be sucked into the matrix of fuck ICE, fuck the feds, fuck Trump, or on the other side, fuck these immigrants, nah. Fuck these liberal retards. It's these goddamn Democrats. And even Trump will stoke the fire, bro. It's like Biden did it, the conservatives, Trump, these damn liberals. And it's like, bro, if you don't read your history, if you don't do your research, you'll never know that it's never been, dude, this party versus that party, you know, the North versus the South, Democrats, Republicans. It's been perceived that way. It's been adopted by the masses that that's how it is, this team or that team. Shit, it's in our entertainment constantly. Sports, it's this team or that team. To keep people fighting against each other. And that's what we're seeing now. It's this ICE, feds versus the state government. It's Republicans versus Democrats. It's people that hate America versus people that love America. But regardless, it's never been, again, it's never really been that way. What it has been is, and it always has been and it always will be, top to bottom. So it's the elite, the wealthy, the connected, the highly educated, the ones with resources, pitting the bottom, the workers, the merchants, or I guess that's all old school, business owners, just average person, communities, the rest of us, the masses, pitting them against each other. But if you never see it that way, dude, you're always going to be caught up in the matrix of, oh, these fucking Democrats, these fucking liberals, the ICE agents, all these immigrants. And for the longest time, dude, like, I voted for Trump, right? Both times. I didn't vote for Biden, but it was because I, literally believed in I used to believe in the political process. I think the only useful part of the political process is local. But, you know, I voted in the presidential elections, and, you know, this past election, I believe Trump was bringing America back and make America great again, all that stuff. But now it's kind of like, oh, dude, fucking, he's a salesman, or he's a salesperson, he's a showman. JD Vance the same. It's like, he sold out. He's a Marine. I was like, and I'm sure a lot of Marines were proud, like, oh shit, dude, this is the first Marine to serve as a vice president. Like, that's badass. Like, this is a E4. He had made a joke one time, an E4 telling generals what to do. Like, that's fucking badass, you know? But it's like, dude, they're all politicians. Once they step into that ring, once they get elected to an office, high offices like that, dude, they're not beholden to the average person. That's just how the system works. So again, keep in mind, if you're watching this, if you stumble upon this video and you're keeping up to, and you keep up with politics, and of course the way things have been so globalized and everything's on social media, we're inundated with this stuff. Anything that happens day to day, it's like, oh, did you see that? Did you see that? This? Did you see what's going on with this? Unless you're one of those people that put your head in the sand on purpose, which nowadays I don't blame those people, man. It's like, it's just a bunch of political bullshit. So now you're seeing people, oh my God, this is like, it's about humanity. This person didn't have to die. And it's like, that's true, dude. You didn't have to die. That's fucked up. But it's never, or at least it's not, you don't really see like, why is this politician doing this? Why is this politician doing that? Instead of saying fuck ICE agents or fuck these immigrants. And I used to be like, dude, why are these immigrants coming in? But now I kind of feel for them, because it's like, shit, I would do the same thing. March against ICE. What was that other march recently? Well, there was that No Kings protest, but nothing came out of that. Ultimately, dude, I mean, I'm just gonna say it, like, yeah, you can't touch a president, but you can go local first. You could protest your state rep, your congressman. You could hold them accountable, and then it'll go up. You can't really touch the president. And I'm not saying touch like to freaking, you know, I'm not saying to incite violence or anything. But I'm talking hold people accountable. And it's like, yeah, marches and protests, whatever, dude, for social media. That's why people do it mostly. But it's like, write to your congressman, write to your state rep, hold them accountable. It's sad that, you know, money talks mainly, and they'll listen to money mainly. But I think people go about it the wrong way. It's like, why are you protesting this? And then just to forget about it later. Your city council will go up there. And there's been a lot of stuff like in San Antonio. I watched, because I used to live there, San Antonio, Texas. And recently in their city council chamber, there was a uproar and uprising against, you know, about ICE and everything. You know, there's politicians there, county commissioners, city councilmen, women, police chiefs. They're there stating their opinions about ICE and working with the local police. And of course there's the detractors, the people in the back that are like, oh no, fuck ICE, this and that, illegal immigrants. And there's just so much chaos now, dude, that it is kind of hard to believe which to pick a side to believe. But again, I would just warn anybody that's watching this and is involved, or at least not involved, but at least staying up to date with this stuff. Be very wary and mindful, that's the word, mindful, that you don't fall into the trap of it's this side or that side, it's my team or it's that team. Just be mindful and watchful, observant. Stay knowledgeable, stay up to date. And this is stuff I'm telling myself too, because it's like, okay, I gotta stay knowledgeable, but also try and be at peace, you know, relax, go to the gym, hang out with people that you enjoy hanging out with, do a hobby to kind of chill out, but just stay up to date with that stuff. But keep in mind that it doesn't really benefit society if people are getting pitted against each other. It only benefits people at the top because it's a distraction. If you're looking at the damn liberal, or you're out for that freaking Republican, this and that, and it's like, dude, you're never gonna look up. You're looking this way, you're looking that way, you're looking that way. Shit, you're looking behind you, but people don't look up. Like, wait a second, who's pulling the strings? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? Who's pitting who against each other? And again, it's like, and if you realize that it's kind of tough to do something about it, because you got to have money, you got to have influence. You can protest, you can get people together, but just be mindful. Again, if you're interested in politics and you're watching what's going down right now, and probably what's going to keep going down this rest of this year, the pitting against each other, the state versus government, Republican versus Democrat, ICE versus immigrants, ICE versus the American people. That's dangerous, dude. And what's gonna end up happening? A dude gets shot by a feds. American people are fed up. They blame ICE. They blame Republicans. Their neighbors are Republican, a conservative. They hate their neighbor. After COVID, dude, it's just like everybody's on edge. And it's like, that's dangerous, bro. That's dangerous. It's sick. It's sad. It's twisted. And that's how an empire falls. And that is how I'm crying. Nah, that's how our empire is falling. All empires, every empire comes to an end. Damn, I don't have my Bible with me in my car. Otherwise, I would read a scripture. But I do have The Prince, which I read every now and again. Maybe I can find something. It's a political book. I've read it before, and I'm reading it again, that it is a little bit hard to understand all together at once. Maybe I'll find something in here. This is the only book I have in my car right now. Yeah, it's kind of hard to put in the context of what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read anything from here. It's kind of hard it doesn't really flow into what I was talking about. But it is an interesting book, The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli. If you ever are interested in politics and how power kind of works. He was a political figure in the Renaissance era. But yeah, so I need to read this again. Scripture, I don't have a scripture right now. If I pull up my phone, it's going to end the recording. So I'll just say that just to be mindful, to be wary, maybe stay off of social media as much as you can. I have to as well. I try and read instead of going on social media. But anyways, I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Again, keep that in mind, that not so much to look to the left, to look to the right, but to look up and kind of figure out who's pulling the strings, who has influence, who's doing what, and who ultimately benefits from Americans turning against each other. That's the one thing. Who benefits? Anyways, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. If you watch this, if you stumble upon this, please give me a like, subscribe if you want. I'm making more videos as topics come to mind. I stay read up on things, try and stay educated so I can have a somewhat of constructive videos going on. But I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and see you later.